Previously on Disney Dave Down Under. So that's 6 parcels we've got to unbox this. Hang on. Sorry about that, my phone. Text. Oh. Would you look at that? My buddy has an extra parcel for me. What time is it? 2 a.m. Star-Lord! Star-Lord, come in! Come in! Yes, it's finally here. I've been waiting all night. It's 2 a.m, Star-Lord. Where you been? Yes, he's got it! He's got it! I'm so tired. But, come on. Bring it in. I'm too tired for this, Star-Lord. I'm too tired for this happiness. Star-Lord! Yes! Okay, I'm tired, but I'm not too tired to do an unboxing. What do we got? Oh, yes! Oh, he's so excited! Oh, Star-Lord, I'm so excited. I can't see you. I'm struggling to breathe. Get rid of that. What do we got? Oh, we got Drax! Yes! Drax! Hot Toys! Yes! Thank you! I've been waiting for this for so long! Oh my lord! Oh, the other Guardians of the Galaxy toys come out years ago. I've been waiting for Drax for years. Hot Toys took their time with this one, I don't know why. And finally I have Drax. Finally got Drax for the collection. Thank you, Star-Lord. Alright, you can sleep on the couch if you want. Unless you're gonna go back to the spaceship. No, you can sleep on the couch and we'll watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 tomorrow! Yes! Yes! Oh, shit. Alright, you go sleep on the couch. I'll get ready for bed. Alright, thank you, Star-Lord. Alright, we'll do an unboxing of this sometime this week. That's right, my buddy Star-Lord came and delivered me the brand new Drax Hot Toy. Oh, I'm super excited to get into this. This is a figure that I have been waiting for so long. They released the first wave of Guardians figures, Star-Lord, Gamora, Groot, and Rocket, pretty much soon after the first movie came out in cinemas. It was a good year and a half, 2 years before they finally announced and put Drax up for pre-order, and he is finally now here in my hot little hands. Who knows why they delayed him so long? I think I have a little bit of a theory. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, why don't we get straight into it? Let's unbox this guy. I'm itching to open him up. Woo! Okay, and here is the shipper box for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 Drax from Hot Toys. Of course, we can't see the figure from here, so let's get him out of here. Alright, and there it is, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 Drax from Hot Toys once again. There is the box in all of its glory. Isn't that a beautiful box? It's very in keeping with all of the other Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 boxes. We've got a little bit of spot gloss on the cover there, which is a really nice touch. As you can see across the G and the logo up the top, and even on Drax's name down the bottom there. Looks really cool. It's a very simplistically designed box for what I think is going to be a pretty simplistic figure, to be honest. But let's take a quick look here. So as I said, very in keeping with all the other Guardians boxes. They're all designed exactly the same. So anyway, for now though, we don't want to just look at the box. We want to look at the figure. So let's get him out. So as you can see, that's just a little slip on the front, and this is the main box here. You've got a little window where you can see your figure inside there. Other than that, again, very simplistically designed, but a few little nods to the movie on there. Just feels like I'm delaying this, doesn't it? I can hear you all going, Dave, just get him out of the box, just get him out of the box. All right, let's get him out of the box. Oh, and there he is in all of his glory. It's almost like, this word gets bandied around a whole lot in this hobby, and that is Grail. Holy Grail. Everyone refers to their favorite figures as the Holy Grail, but this feels like I'm unboxing the Holy Grail. I have wanted to get my hands on this guy for so long, and it's like I've finally got it. I've finally found it. Let's get him out of there. As always, let's take a look at our figure first. I am so far impressed by this guy. Let's get a nice little close-up there so we can have a look on the face sculpt. I'm actually really impressed with this sculpt. This is one that I thought I wasn't really going to be incredibly impressed by, judging by promo pictures and people's in-hand pictures of this figure. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I think they've done a very good job with this. I'm going to give you a real super close look at that one because I am actually super impressed with this guy's head sculpt. That is really fantastic. Right down to the tattoos on his neck. In fact, the tattoos on the whole figure are just outstanding. This is just some really beautiful craftsmanship on this character. All down the back, this is all etched out. As you can see, if we catch a little bit of light on that, you can see that it's all been etched and hand colored, and it goes right down the arms as well and across the chest here. That is fantastic. I have a feeling this is probably the main reason why this figure was delayed so long. This guy came out at least a year and a half, 2 years after the first batch of figures from the movie came out, and I have a feeling it was because of these tattoos. I think they were struggling with the tattoos, and also the body itself was a newly designed body just for this figure. Most Hot Toys figures, they just use the same stock standard bodies, but they've actually gone back to scratch and created a brand new body, and they've had to do all these tattoos and everything, which is great. The texture on this is really cool. It's like a rubbery texture. It's not like it's just solid plastic like an Action Man or a Barbie or something. I think it's got a nice sort of rubbery texture to it, which is nice. It gives it that little shimmer. Almost looks like real flesh, which is great. The only real issue I have with this guy is the joints. I hate seeing joints on figures, exposed joints. Of course, these things have to have joints because if you want them to have articulation, they have to have joints, but I just don't like seeing them exposed. I usually prefer the characters to be wearing clothes, but Drax doesn't wear a top, so it's not really something you can avoid unless they do the seamless arms, and then again you have the issue where seamless arms tend to break, or the rubber on the seamless arms tends to rip and the bends, and you can't really put them in very dynamic poses. I've got a few seamless armed figures. I've never had an issue myself, but I've heard some horror stories from other collectors who have got seamless armed figures, have posed them like that, and after a year of having them posed, there's a big crack in the rubber, and we sort of want to avoid that. But look, that's not a huge issue in the end. I think it does sort of cheapen the look of the figure, I feel, but again, at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm just happy to have this guy in hand. I'm not going to be one of those Hot Toys collectors that nitpicks everything. I don't care. I have Drax. I have him. That would just be my only little thing would be, I don't know, maybe there's another way they can get around doing that in future. Anyway, let's continue down. Let's take a look at his pants. I think the pants are pretty great. There's some nice tailoring on here, some nice detailing, which is fantastic. Of course, he wears two different pairs of pants in the movie. These ones are orange ones. I think the figure comes with orange pants as well, so I'll have a look at them soon. And we'll take a look at the boots here as well, which are just great. Really love his boots, and you got a little slot in there. It looks like we can put his little daggers, and you'll see soon that's a little accessory we get with the figure. So all up, look, I'm really impressed by this. I'm more impressed than I thought I was. You wait so long for a thing, you sort of get a little bit bored after a while waiting around, and when it comes, you go, oh, it's here. I'm so excited, but what if I'm let down? I really am not let down. I think this just looks spectacular. This is stellar. This is one of the best pieces I've picked up most recently, and I'm just so happy. I'm impressed with this guy because waiting so long and being let down, that's just the worst. All right, let's put him down and we're going to take a look at all the accessories that he comes with. Again, like some of the more recent figures I've picked up, there's not a great deal of accessories in here, which is a double-edged sword, to be honest. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I want more accessories, but then when they put less accessories in there, you pay less for the figure. So, to be honest, I'd rather pay less money because half of the time my accessories just stay in the box anyway. Alright, first off, we have got this massive blaster, which is a really cool little weapon accessory. Well, I'd say little, but it's actually quite big. This is huge. Look at it. Look at it in my hands. He uses this in the movie, and it's in all the promotional material and stuff. He's holding this. I think I'll actually be displaying him with that blaster because that is just super cool. A couple more weapons here. We've got Drax's daggers, which are great as well. Really nice and shiny paint on there, and they're nice and detailed in here. Some really nice paintwork on both of these. So maybe I'll have him display with them. I don't know. Drax is the swords guy, isn't he? So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Next up, we have the standard relaxed hands right here. As you can see on the actual figure, he's got the clenched fist hands. I'm not too sure what I'm actually going to be using on this. I guess it depends on the accessories that I end up using. We got what look like a couple of weapon holding hands, so you get the little hole in the middle there where you can slide the weapon. Actually looks like probably what you'd use if you were holding the swords. And one last little hand here, which looks like is probably what you would use with the blaster. This would be the finger that you'd end up putting on the trigger. One last great little accessory here. I mentioned these before. These are the alternate pants. These are the Ravager's uniform pants. I think I prefer the red ones over the grey ones, but the grey ones are the ones that he uses throughout most of the movie. They only put the Ravager's garb on towards the end of the film. And, well, to be completely honest, none of the other figures are actually wearing Ravager's garb, so he might look a little bit out of place if I ended up putting them on him. But they are great. They're really tailored, really nice knee pads on there, a great blend of materials on there and everything, a little belt. They look fantastic. I don't know, maybe I just have to test them out and see what looks best. So it's not that often that you actually get costume accessory options with your figures. Usually if you want a different costume, you have to buy a completely different figure. So it's nice that Hot Toys included something like this, just to sort of soften the blow of having to wait so long to get your hands on him. And of course we have the Bigotry base plate and stand. You got a little nameplate on there. Drax, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the standard base that's come with all the Guardians of the Galaxy figures. That clips in there so you can stand the figure up properly. Again, if you know me, you know I don't use bases, I don't use stands. I don't bother with that. I never have an issue with characters falling over in my shelf, other than Rocket Raccoon. He's fallen over a number of times, but everyone else has been fine, so I don't use stands. They just take up too much space, they clutter my shelves too much, and I'm running out of space as it is. So, but that's really nice though for those who do like to display their figures on stands. And of course we have got the instruction sheet that comes with every single Hot Toys figure. This is more so for a novice collector or maybe a first time buyer of a Hot Toy, just so you know how to handle the figure properly. Gives you a good idea. When I first started buying Hot Toys, I didn't know how much force you could give a figure when you were pulling off the hands and the feet or the head. You know, you sort of feel like, I've spent $300 on this figure, I don't feel like I should put too much force on it in case I break it. You're not going to break it. You can give these figures a whole lot of force because they're designed to be pulled apart and put back together again. So like again, if you're a first time buyer, it might just be worth your while just having a quick flick through here and just seeing what you can and you can't do. And there we are. That is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 Drax Hot Toy with all of his accessories there. As I said, this is a fairly bare bones figure in comparison to others. I do like the fact that we get an extra pair of pants in there. Always nice to have a little bit of a choice when it comes to costume. As I said, you don't get that a lot. We got a nice selection of hands there. I love the blades. I love the big blaster. That's all I need. I don't know what else you would really want with this figure. So the fact that I'm saying it's bare bones isn't a criticism, because I prefer it like this. It keeps the cost down, and he was actually on the cheaper side of Hot Toys figures. I think he looks fantastic. I'm really happy with this, and I'm so glad that I'm not let down after having waited for so long for this guy. All right, let's pack all of this up. Okay, so we got Drax all by himself once again. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with this guy. Going to take a look at the accessories, maybe have a look at the pants. I'm going to put him in a pose, and next you'll see I'll be putting him in with my Guardians of the Galaxy Hot Toy collection. Super excited to finally get him in there. And once again, that is Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 in Hot Toys form. I'm so glad I finally have that piece. It was, when we were waiting for them to announce him, it was, will they ever do a Drax? Why aren't they doing a Drax? I was almost convinced that Drax wasn't coming out for some reason or another. But finally, and Hot Toys finally pulled through with an amazing figure. Now, they've been announcing a few Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figures over the last few months. They haven't announced a new Drax. Wouldn't imagine there is actually going to really be obviously a new Drax. I can't imagine what else you'd give with him except maybe new pair of pants. I don't know. The only figures they've really announced from the second film so far are Star-Lord and Yondu, and a new Rocket as well, which is kind of strange. And a big, like, life-size Baby Groot, which I got on order, which looks so cool and so cute. I can't wait to get my little life-size Baby Groot. They've been showing a Drax figure off in comic conventions as well, but it looks like it's just the same figure with a different pair of pants. So, but for now, if you want to get your hands on a Drax figure, you can actually get this guy. He's available to purchase right now through anywhere really that sells Hot Toys. I'm so happy with the way Drax looks in my collection. As you saw, I opted for the 2 swords in the hand with the grey pants. The grey pants are sort of more iconic of the movie and the promotional material and everything, and also I couldn't figure out how to take the grey pants off and put the other pants on. It looked like it was just going to be a real ordeal, I couldn't be bothered spending time on it, so I kept him in the grey pants, I gave him the swords. He looked pretty cool with the blaster in his hands, but again, Drax is the sword guy, and as you can see on the box. Look, that's just about all to cover for today for the Drax Hot Toy. There's not much else we can say. If you are a first-time viewer to my channel and you've liked what you've seen, you'd like to see some more Hot Toys reviews in the future, like to check out my past Hot Toys review, or check out any of the videos that I do, then please give me some support, and after the jump, hit subscribe. To all my regular viewers out there, thank you once again for joining me, and to absolutely everybody, I hope I'll see you again soon. Until next time though, guys, take care, and I hope you have a marvelous day.